a mother's worst fear.
I received a phone call from my 15-year-old son, frantic, couldn't quite understand him, told me to hurry up and get home. There'd been an accident.
An accident that would change Kirsten Bressler's life.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I was feeding my bull, and it ripped straight off the target and hit my little brother.
Is he awake?
Yeah.
Is he breathing?
Yes.
An 8-year-old boy shot with an arrow. A call emergency medical dispatcher Denise Borgschatz calls unusual and unforgettable.
Emergency communications. Once I found out what part of the body it was that he was hit, I automatically auto-launched a helicopter.
Jessica Fite was a flight paramedic on that helicopter.
For the rest of my career, I will never forget the sinking feeling I had in my stomach when we opened those ambulance doors, and here you see this little guy with an arrow sticking straight out of his chest.
That little guy was Curtis Bressler.
I just kept telling him I loved him and that he was in very good care.
It didn't even occur to us that this could be a spinal injury until somebody had said he's not moving from the waist down, and we verified that.
Mayo Clinic's Dr. Denise Klinkner figured out why when Curtis arrived in the emergency department at Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
He had missed a lot of very important structures here, but clearly had injured his spine.
Dr. Klinkner and Mayo Clinic pediatric neurosurgeon Dr. Nick Wiegand had to figure out how to remove it without causing any more damage.
The spinal cord had been severed. The arrowhead had went through the bone and right directly through the spinal cord itself. I didn't expect him to be able to walk again.
It's okay. I'm like, he's with us, because they told us that it had missed his pulmonary artery, his aorta, and his heart, which he would have bled out on the spot. And my husband and I wouldn't have been able to say goodbye to him by the time we got there. So I was very thankful and sad at the same time.
Curtis's mom waited for the right moment to tell him his fate, that he was now a paraplegic.
I said, you will be able to do everything everybody else does. You will just do it differently. I'm like, you will be able to play basketball. You will, be able to do everything anybody else does.
But the 8-year-old boy with the severed spine didn't believe the doctors that he'd never walk again.
Not true. I felt that way.
As each tube came out of him, he got stronger.
He started rehab. Sensations and feelings started coming back. He was getting used to his wheelchair, but he wasn't satisfied. Then one day, he shocked his family and doctors.
All of a sudden, he walked in to the room.
For Doctors Klinkner and Wiegand, it's baffling.
It's really quite an incredible recovery given the severity of the injury he had.
Sometimes we don't have explanations from a medical standpoint, but with this kind of outcome, I'm okay not having an explanation.
Curtis's progress continues to defy odds and explanation.
He is now doing heel and toe walking, tippy toe walking, and heel walking, and he jumped yesterday, and that brought tears to my eyes.
Roughly 2 months later, he's playing basketball exactly like everybody else.
It's truly a miracle.
A miracle that inspires tears of joy from those who helped save Curtis.
It's amazing. I almost wanted to cry when I saw him walking. In this job, you have to believe there's miracles out there, I think.
He is beyond lucky. I'm so grateful for him that it turned out the way it did.
We knew he was something else, something bigger was happening, and he has truly amazed us. He continues to amaze us.
And an 8-year-old boy who refused to believe he wouldn't walk now looks forward to getting back to soccer and riding his family's John Deere tractor. He believes that one day all of this will be nothing more than
distant memory.
For the Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Ian Roth.